we're going to start.
There's not a lot of difference in this list.
Okay.
Not
Interesting.
Surprisingly.
My number one pick is actually the last Texas high school football game I will see live in 2015. Tier. Friday night, 8 p.m. NRG Stadium. It's a 5A Division I state championship game between Mansfield Lake Ridge and Richmond George Ranch.
Sure.
That's who you got too?
It's not my number one. That would be my number two.
Okay.
Yeah.
Love this game.
But we'll talk about it now.
Got the wide open offense, the craziness that is Lake Ridge. Quarterback Jet Duffy, running back Duke Carter, big wide receivers, big offensive line.
Baber. That's such a great name.
Devil may care defense. They run a lot of onside kicks, although that defense looked great against Alito.
Yeah, man, those linebackers were flying around.
They fly. This is a fun new school team, quote unquote new school team.
As new as new school
gets. It is new age, and I think that Kirk Thor would say, yeah, we do things differently.
Yeah.
We do things differently because nobody can stop it.
Yeah.
And on the other side, you have George Ranch, which is a team that I can only describe as delightfully old school. They are going to line up, and they are going to punch you in the mouth, and then Alex Fontenot and Darius Sanderson are running behind them. Yeah. And then on defense, they are going to hit you, and then they're going to hit you again, and then they're going to hit you again. This is a physical defense. It is old school versus new school. I don't know who's going to win. I think I'm really only confident in one game that I feel like I know who's going to win that one game this weekend. This is not it. No. I am really torn, and I think that this game is going to be fantastic. What's your number one pick?
Well, here. This is my number two, so I'll keep talking about this one, and we'll go to our next one, and we'll talk about where we ranked each one. I couldn't agree more with all the things you said. I think the star power in this game at almost every offensive position is almost unrivaled. If you look all the way through the slate, you got playmakers in every part of the field. Two clashing styles, and frankly, teams sort of that have taken interesting paths to get here. I don't think we fully know just how good either team can be, and that's part of what makes this so intriguing.
Interesting. Yeah, so you think they've still got a little left in the tank?
I think they've got something left in the tank. I don't think either. I mean, Lake Ridge really did get challenged by Longview, but I also think Lake Ridge made mistakes in that game they don't normally do. I want to see both of these teams on the biggest stage, focused as all get out, and hopefully very few mistakes to see what that maximum potential is from both sides.
I understand. That's good. Okay.
So your number two is my number one.
Okay. It's that's fine. Good. So we have a consensus on top two.
Yeah.
It's the last game of the year, the 6A Division II state championship game between Katy and Lake Travis. Yeah. And I think the interesting thing in this one, and you've been really adamant about this, neither team's really been challenged. Yeah, Katy had that scare against the Woodlands earlier, but that never really felt like they were going to lose that game because it didn't feel like Woodlands was going to score another touchdown. Lake Travis got a run from Westlake for a little bit, and the Spring Westfield game was only 7 points, but it wasn't really
kind of kept them at arm's length distance.
Kept them at arm's
game.
length. Neither team's really been challenged, and so here you've got these two teams that are firing on all cylinders right now. Coming off, arguably, both of them are coming off their best wins of the year. Okay?
Yeah.
I mean, what Lake Travis did to Mansfield, you saw it.
It was they made them look very average.
Clinic.
Very average.
And Katy just smothered Cibolo Steel. I don't care how injured they were. They smothered them.
Smothered a very good team.
Absolutely. So they are white hot.
Yep.
I love the atmosphere here. I love that Katy's going to fill up the joint.
Yep.
I love that Lake Travis is going to travel. Yep. I love that Westlake fans are going to stick around after their D1 game.
Yeah.
I like that North Shore fans are going to hang around.
Everyone's going to want to see this game.
Amazing. Yeah. Very excited about it. I think that I'm torn on this one as well. I think it's going to be a great, great game. I think that's a fitting end to a great season.
Yeah, I'll say this. We've kind of gotten our updates throughout the year about Katy, and it seems like the vintage-ist of vintage Katy teams. Two incredibly talented backs, and still lots of offensive playmakers, a ferocious defense. And if you follow Lake Travis for a long time, this is the kind of defense Hank Carter wants to play. They swarmed to Kennedy Brooks and made him look extremely average, and he is not extremely average. And if you like the peak Lake Travis offenses, you've got a quarterback in Charlie Brewer who looks just as good as his brother, maybe better. and a group of receivers that appear to have Velcro for hands.
Yeah.
And a couple running backs in Malik Barkley and Villegas, who have stepped in admirably for Abe Willows, and they make some plays. And a huge offensive line, just huge. So I just couldn't be more excited. This is my number one with a bullet. These two teams haven't been touched by anyone this year. I think it's a great clash. Two programs that care a lot about defense but have a very distinct style of offense.
Really excited.
Couldn't be more excited about this game.
Really, really excited. And then our third picks, and I think we differ on these.
We differ on these.
Okay.
All right.
I went 5 o'clock Thursday, Brock versus Cameron Yeo, 3A Division I title game. And I just love the disparity. Again, it's the disparity here.
Yeah.
Even though these teams play very similarly, they play great defense and they run the ball. Yeo can throw the ball a bit as well, but that's basically their identity. Identity-wise, they've got a lot in common. Pedigree-wise, I cannot think of a game, maybe ever, that has had a state title game that has had this much disparity in pedigree.
Yeah.
Do you realize Cameron Yeo has more consecutive state titles than Brock has varsity seasons?
Pretty amazing, right?
Brock is in their second varsity season. Cameron Yeo is the dominant force in 3A football right now. Yep. And here they are clashing, and I don't know who's going to win.
I don't either.
I mean, I don't. Like, it's such a close game that you'd think, oh, well, Yeo, I mean, they're the 3-time defending champs. Okay, have you seen Brock?
Yeah.
Have you seen that defense?
I
mean, have you seen Letty French, the running back? They're unbelievable. Yeah. And then you go back to Yeo, and they got Trant Smith and Dylan Smitherman and all these great guys, or Jacob Smitherman, rather. They've got all these great guys. And they got that defense with Deon Dare. There's no way they're going to lose.
Yeah.
Aren't they? I mean, look at Brock.
Yeah.
Look at Brock. Look how good they are.
Yeah.
Look at the coaches. Look at Chad Worrell over at Brock. Look at Rick Rhodes over Cameron Yeo. It is awesome.
Yeah.
I hate having to pick, but I feel good about that pick.
Yeah.
What about you? What's your third one?
My number 3 is Salina West Orange Stark.
Not bad at all.
No, and this is, you and I have talked a little bit about, this is sort of a sentimental pick. Loved West Orange Stark last year. Thought they got crushingly heartbroken by Gilmer after leading at halftime. Obviously love their playmakers, love Jack Dallas, love Coach Thompson. And then Salina, a team that has just been an absolute wrecking ball all year. But have they played a team like West Orange Stark? I don't know.
I think they've played a team maybe as good as West Orange Stark and Gilmer.
Yeah.
But I don't know that they've played a team that plays the style that West Orange Stark plays. That West Orange Stark is so balanced offensively, and they've got such a swarming, fast defense.
Yeah.
I think it's going to be a war.
I think the difference there, too, is the sorts of playmakers that Gilmer had this year sort of suited them to be more of a ground attack team. And this West Orange Stark team can flip it a little bit. They're gonna throw the ball around and play all over the field. So very excited about this matchup. Very intrigued. And very, very stoked to see this one.
Here's the great news. Is that we don't have to pick.
We get to go to all of them.
We get to go to all of them. And you can watch all of them on Fox Sports Southwest. Our friends at Fox Sports Southwest are broadcasting all of them. I'll be doing halftime stuff and between games.
You can follow along with us the whole day, every day on TexasFootball.com.
I think we're doing the live chat. Is that right?
We're going to attempt to.
We're looking
into that today.
We're looking into that. That's something. But we will have you covered like nobody else.